new or what's the word I want to give? He's such a
no. He was listening to some really terrible song, and he kept coming in. He'd be like, "Yeah, sing it, baby." Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Hagen, you need to figure out what the hell's going on over at
No,
MRM.
and don't forget, you're trying to have a romantic night, pepperoni and cheese.
Did he really say that?
Yes, repeatedly. Jesus Christ. He's awesome. So you gotta have that pepperoni and
Isabella.
cheese.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna send him pepperoni and cheese.
I don't understand.
For
People like
Valentine's
that
Day.
can get a show on a 10,000 watt FM talker, but we can't. It makes no sense to me.
They just don't know who we are yet.
Next on the Smooth Jazz Hour, we have
Pepperoni
Dave
and cheese.
Brubeck. We have Dave Brubeck with Take 5.
Hey, Nikki, are you in studio mode?
Yes.
You're a lot quieter now. What happened?
I had to come back in.
Okay.
Test, 1, 2, 3.
Your audio is just totally off now.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Oh, go back and fix it, Shane. You know how to do that.
Unless they changed. Did they change the time clock?
Woo! Okay, that we're out on input volume.
We're fired, actually.
What about the output?
Yeah,
We're
fired.
fired.
The output has nothing to do with our input volume.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, because I got you cranked all the way up on this side.
How
There's
about
nothing I
now?
can do.
Can you hear us? Is it too loud?
It's
a
the
little
same.
better.
A little better.
Motherfucker.
Exactly. Preach it, girlfriend.
What the motherfucking fuck?
Exactly.
What'd you do?
We can't do it too high on here.
No, that's what we hear. That is
I
not
know. Okay,
what they
that's the
hear.
output volume. Okay. I get it.
Unfortunately.
Shane, fix it. You're the smart one.
Yes, I'm part of the Bacon Party, not the Libertarian Party.
I love Angel.
Okay,
that,
so
we were successful in those arguments, but we'll know in a month or so.
Annie says the conviction should be overturned.
oh guys, at this event I'm going to tomorrow, Bob Barr is going to
Mandy,
be there.
hold on a second. We're trying to get this all settled. Keep going.
What? Oh, okay, can you hear us?
Is there? Can you turn yourselves up anymore?
That is, it's
This
maxed
is
out.
maxed out.
I don't know
Are
what
those
was
hooked
happening.
directly into your computer? Or is it going through a mixing board?
Test. No, it's just, this is a USB mic going through my mixing board.
Okay.
What the hell?
button on it?
It's better.
Test.
It's better. Yeah.
Test.
All right.
At least we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello. Here, I'll move the mic closer to us, like right here. It's in my
Around $200
face.
to $300 a week, jerking.
Yeah, that's
We just
better.
won't be heard much. We won't talk much. It's okay. We'll just sit here and make out.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Eye candy.
Facebook tells me to like E-Bomb's World if I like Trailer Park Boys.
I can feel your spine right here.
Oh, jeez, what's going on? Don't show me.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Now it sounds really good. There's no feedback noise.
No, Corey turned something off.
Oh.
I didn't do
Why'd you
anything.
turn it off, Corey.
Oh.
Oh. It got really
We,
quiet.
Siren. RNC's always a good time.
This is the Onion News Network.
Oh, no. Just...
Voice for radical dissent. This is the Corey Moore Show.
And welcome to another live edition of the Corey Moore Show. It is December the 13th, 2013. Friday the 13th, folks. Unluckiest day of the month, according to some.
Whatever.
I'm not too worried about it, although there is going to be a huge snowstorm. So hopefully I get home safe. Don't die. You can listen live, chat with us right now, watch the video feed over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live. Joining me in the Liberty Bunker tonight, as always, is Nico von Akron.
Yeah, hi. And, you know, say what you will about Hitler, but at least he killed Hitler.
Very true. Says the guy who used to be a Nazi. Good to know. Also joining me tonight is Nikki Darling and Alan the Alda down there in the DC Bunker Studios. We also have Brian Hagan of the Feed a Fun Time Radio Show.
Friday the 13th, not only are there snowstorms, it's also Taylor Swift's birthday. Good to be here tonight, Corey.
He's so excited.
I think that's the biggest thing.
A fellow
that's
13er.
Going on.
That's what I've been celebrating.
No, I mean, I was born on the 13th, too.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
No, not... Yes, Brian Hagan, a fellow 13er. No, I didn't mean it that way. But I can see how you took it that way.
It means two different things in this context.
Yes,
two totally different things.
Wow. Off to a great start.
Also joining us tonight, we have Rob, the artist normally known as Rob Voluntaryist, Rob Matthias. I think I got it right.
You did get it right. I'm coming from you live from the occupied landmass known as the South Side of Chicago.
Really? You're in the South
Wow.
Side of Chicago?
Yeah, I live in the South Burbs of Chicago.
Oh, the burbs.
Brave
Okay.
soul.
Well, I'm literally like 5 minutes from like downtown. I'm like right on the city border.
Yikes.
Okay, you're not like in Cabrini Green or anything.
No, I'm not. But I'm very close to the South Side.
Okay.
And also joining us tonight, we have Mandy Parsons, who I am dubbing as the prostitute of the chat room. So go over to Corey Moore. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with that.
Because we were going
to, the concubine of the chat room.
It sounds
it's a lot classier.
Thank you.
Go over to CoreyMooreShow.com/live. Come chat with us. And I must say, I love our chatters so much. You guys really do make the show what it is. So thank you very much. And if Mandy likes what she sees, she will read it on the air. So again, CoreyMooreShow.com/live. Go talk to Mandy. And we're going to start the show off tonight, as we do always. Nikki, what are you vaping on tonight?
The same old, same old. I'm going to the vape shop tomorrow to get new stuff.
Okay, that's very descriptive. Thank you.
So nothing. No. Okay, I'm vaping on VS Vapor Station VS4, which is an RY4. And on my SVD with a Cardo, a low-res Cardo, and that's it. It's really kind of a ghetto setup.
Living ghetto fabulous over there in D.C. Brian Hagan, what are you vaping on tonight?
You know, I have become very apathetic in my vaping ways, and I think that has to do with my age, where I just become very, very satisfied with what I have in front of me. I have the typical foos setup right here that I always have, with, of course, vanilla.
Of course.
I love
Beaver anus flavored.
Yes, I love my beaver anus.
Every week you tell us that, I'm going to make the same joke. So mix it up next week.
I just
Nico.
love beaver anus so much I can't mix it up.
Well,
Nico, what are you vaping on tonight?
Yeah, well, I got this awesome stuff from Vape8.
Our sponsors over at
sponsors.
evapor-8.com.
Yes, and it's very good. It's this great Perique that he made me in a much lower strength than I normally have. And so far, so good. It's delicious, and yeah, it's not making me jittery. So, success.
That's a good sign. And Rob, I think you're over there vaping. What are you vaping on tonight?
I am, I'm a vaping noob, but I'm vaping on an Ecto brand. I have no idea if that's good or not.
Ooh, an ectoplasma, right?
I didn't get the ectoplasma. I saw it there at the shop near my house. I didn't get that. I got the Swedish fish. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be, though.
Can you tell me what shop is near your house?
There's this Middle Eastern hookah bar that sells. They have a bunch of vaping stuff there, and they have a bunch of juice.
Oh, cool.
You know what? I've always wanted to find a Swedish fish. Maybe we should talk after the show, because I've been wanting a Swedish fish juice. I think that would be really good. You said it's not as sweet as you thought it would be.
It's not as sweet as I thought it would be, but it is still tasty nonetheless.
You can sweeten it up yourself if you want. Just get liquid sweetener. Add to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
And then tonight I'm vaping. I got a new mod. New mod. We need theme music for this when we get a new mod, because I do it like every other week.
Show, yeah.
Yes. But I got for the people that are watching on the GAM over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live, I got the iTaste MVP, which is looks like a walkie-talkie, as Nico said. Yeah. But it's like a 2600 mAh battery, which means I'm a heavy vapor. It lasts me for 2 days. It's got a variable voltage, variable wattage, has a puff counter on it. So if I hold it down right now, I've got 207 puffs on this since I've turned it on and off. And with that, it's an iClear 30, which, you know what? It's plastic, but probably one of my favorite clearizers I've tried.
Yep.
It's the dual coil, 4 wicks, delicious. And I'm vaping on this delicious juice I got from our sponsors, Caramel Apple, over at evapor-8.com. I'm talking to Dave right now and trying to get him up on Bitcoin so people can go and order his delicious juice with Bitcoin.
I'll buy if he gets up on Bitcoin. I'll buy tomorrow.
Exactly. I hope he's listening to the show and hears that. So again, that's evapor-8.com. And there's a really, normally on the show we kind of go on this really positive route about electronic cigarettes. And I don't want to seem too biased because, of course, we're really huge about it and we're really big advocates. But sometimes there are stories that are worth talking about that kind of are the negative light of some of the things that are going on in the industry. And here's a story from Newsnet5.com. Poison control centers see spike in e-cigarette calls. And basically, it says poison control centers nationally have seen a 161% increase in calls from people with concerns over electronic cigarettes. And a lot of these calls have to do with people who are like Nico, who are getting too high of a nicotine strength and getting jitters and getting nicotine poisoning.
I can see it.
So, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. This is one of the reasons that the anti-tobacco and nicotine zealots, the ants, are so anti-electronic cigarettes and are pro-regulation.
Well, the interesting question, though, and I don't know if it was illuminated in this article or not, but when you have a 160% increase over something that essentially never happened, what are the actual numbers?
That's a good question, and we don't know.
Okay, so
it's a news article with like 4.
It's a fun way to spin something. I mean, there were 5 people, and then there were like 15 the next year, and that's like 160% increase. So fair enough, but at any rate, yes, as somebody who's just in the last 2 years became really sensitive to
stimulants in general.
Well, yeah, like caffeine, super sensitive. I can't drink it. And nicotine, no problem with cigarettes. But when I do the e-vape thing, it really gets me going. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's not all those carcinogens bringing me down with the that bringing me up. I don't know. But I could see it happening. But it's never made me panic to the point where I wanted to go to the hospital. Then again, I am a veteran of the drug wars, and I've had experiences with plenty of things. So something small like that doesn't freak me out.
People, lock up your juices. And that's the concern too.
Don't let your kids drink.
Don't let your kids drink your juice. That's been the biggest challenge because people don't realize how dangerous a substance nicotine is. I mean, unless you want your kids bouncing off the wall and possibly having a heart attack, that might be your thing. I don't know.
Go back to the Anarchist Cookbook.
The Anarchist Cookbook, exactly.
Boil down a pack of cigarettes. You kill someone. Yeah.
All right. Well, when we come back, we got more stuff to talk about tonight. Baby names, we're going to talk about that next. Cheese is the top baby name of 2013. Keep it tuned right here on the Corey Moore Show at CoreyMooreShow.com/live.
Okay, it's not.
What's that?
Not the
Cheese.
top, not the
Cheese.
top name
I
of
love coffee.
2013.
Here's a delicious way to drink the best.
It's the fastest trending name.
Oh, yeah.
We've partnered with Commando Island Coffee Roasters to offer
Yes,
BuzzBox
cheese.
coffee. And you can try a pound for free. All you do is cover shipping. It's organic, shade grown, top 1% Arabica grade.
All right, he's not going to pop in.
Nico, I totally feel you on the caffeine sensitivity. I'm totally sensitive to caffeine.
He just got up. He did not hear you.
I'm not at all. I gotta drink a lot of caffeine just for it to do something to me.
Yep. But I was on Adderall for years, so that's probably why I have an intolerance to caffeine.
Like if I go like 12 hours without caffeine, I get headaches.
Me too. I'm constantly consuming caffeine.
If I drink like 1 cup of coffee in the morning and then drink some tea throughout the day, I start getting chest pains.
You gotta wean your way up to more.
Well,
No, I don't want to.
Oh, well then don't then.
If you ever have a vacation that you want to waste, feel free to just get off the nicotine. I mean the caffeine, and just feel like shit for about a week.
It's terrible.
I do that every summer actually, and then the school year kicks in, and then I'm like, fuck this, I need coffee.
Hey, Nikki, by the way, you know you get free juice from him, right? If you just call him.
I know, but I don't like calling people.
Call him.
I don't like
I'm calling him.
I don't like talking on the phone.
Will he deliver McRibs? That is the question.
All right, I'll call him, but you have to give me his number again. I'll ask you later on.
All right.
Carson wants to know, do the e-cigarettes give off an odor?
Not really.
Yeah.
Depending on the juice.
It's whatever you're vaping.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes.
It
My
doesn't
coworker will
stick around.
say,
It's not necessarily an unpleasant odor.
no, my coworker always tells me, he goes, "That's a great smell. What are you doing over there?" And I would say vanilla. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a big difference for Brian Hagen.
I'm farting
I want
caramel.
Lily of the Valley flavor. If you remember that shit. Unless you're vaping McRib with onions.
That's
and pickles.
nasty. Gross. Gross. Gross.
This is why I vape in the bathrooms at airports, because nobody ever gives a shit, and if they try to be like, some smoke was coming through the door, I'll be like, what
That's
are you
my
talking
perfume.
about?
What are you
Yeah.
talking
I'll be like,
My shit is just so amazing that when I drop a deuce, it's like a fog machine.
I was eating
what
Mexican.
Jenkum was.
Yeah.
Jenkum was like vaping poop, right?
Yeah,
Essentially,
pretty
right?
much.
Yeah.
It was
Which was a-
fermented.
Yeah.
Hey, Mandy, I'm handing this story off to you, by the way.
The baby name.
The baby name, since it's yours.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Dingoes ate my baby.
Have you guys ever seen people vape indoors, like at like stores and whatnot?
She does it all the time.
Do you really? That's kind of annoying. I usually go outside.
I do it at Walmart just because it's Walmart.
I don't blow huge plumes everywhere. I try to like double inhale so a lot doesn't come out, or I'll breathe.
Has anyone tried to stop you?
No. I did it during, we saw Gravity. We were the only ones in the movie theater. And no, Thor.
It was
and
Thor,
I
yeah.
vaped the entire time.
If you stealth, it's okay.
Yeah, not
I
like
stealth in public places, but
not like.
oh,
Yeah. I stealth in public places, except again for Walmart, especially when I'm in the clearance aisle.
Oh man.
Fuck Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart. Oh.
They've got it. They just scream vape in me.
There are a lot of worse smells there.
Creative Commons.
You smell good.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
Who is it you think you see?
This is the Corey Moore Show.
Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. You clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot. You think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
And welcome back to the Corey Moore Show. You can listen, chat, and watch with us live over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live. That is CoreyMoore show.com/live. Joining me in the Liberty Bunker, as always, we have Nico Von Akron.
It's me.
We also have Mandy, I'm waiting for Mandy. I'm going to wait for Mandy. We also have Nikki Darling and Alan the Alda down there in the DC studios.
Word up.
Woo! We have Brian Hagen, the Fajita Fun Time Radio Show.
Spending his Friday night, as always, on the Corey Moore Show. Rock on.
We have the artist formerly known as Rob Voluntaryist Rebel.
Representing the South Side of Chicago.
That's how I'm going to introduce you for the rest of the show tonight. And we have the concubine of the chat room, which is Mandy Parsons. And Mandy,
yes.
Anything going on in the chat room tonight? Anything interesting?
Well, not really. We're talking about OSU football again. And they mentioned a few other things, but nothing extraordinary. No.
OH.
I-O.
Oh, have some more enthusiasm, folks.
Are there a lot of people in the chat room tonight?
Yeah, actually we have about 8 people in the chat room tonight, which is more than the 2 we had last week because everybody was driven off.
I'm so glad that our good brothers and sisters are joining together there in the chat room tonight. Without those fine folks, we wouldn't have a show here on the Corey Moore Show. So thank you, friends, for coming on over to the old Radio Hoedown and having a good time with us.
Bless you, brothers and sisters.
They really make the show. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys are the best.
You really are.
We love you.
So, Mandy, you had an interesting story, and I want to get into this. 2013 was a big year for naming your baby Cheese. This is from NewYorkMag.com.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, what's this all about? What's going on with this? Because honestly,
if I knew another sample size thing.
Yeah, because if I knew a baby named Cheese, that's going to be an ugly baby. I mean, do you guys remember that song, Damn, There's an Ugly Baby? Yeah, that's an ugly baby. I mean,
what if it was rather large? If it were the... Never mind.
It's a keto baby.
The big cheese.
Gross. Maybe it's from Wisconsin. I don't know.
So what's up with
that baby stinks? It's just going to be smelly
Well, I'll
cheese.
tell you.
What is this thing?
On Tuesday nights, on the other show that I do, we have Stupid News of the Week. I came across this article and thought, hey, this would be worth discussing on the Corey Moore Show. So apparently, yeah, this year they surveyed about 500,000 parents. There are about 4 million babies born in the United States each year, so that means about 72 is probably a more accurate figure for the number of babies named Cheese in 2013. With this article, it also says the correct number of babies who should be named Cheese is 0, which absolutely should be 0. But, I think, honestly, we're going to see more and more trends of stupid or creative names just because of our culture. So it made me look up other names. And Cheese is the weirdest baby name for 2013. But, let's see, some of the names for girls this year that people have been naming their children, we have Blip. Fairy and Kiwi. Yeah, Blip, like B-L-I-P, Blip. Fairy and Kiwi. And then for guys, you have Ajax, which everybody knows is a real effective scrubber cleanser.
Actually, Ajax was a Greek hero.
Yes, yes.
It was, but I'm wondering if they know that that's the equivalent. I'm sure that
they probably don't.
Exactly.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
I'm with you on this one.
Yeah.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'm
and they named their children Bow Bow. I think that's how you pronounce that.
That's definitely not reading history books right there.
But that would be perfect. No. That would be the perfect baby name for Nikki, for her child, because she is obsessed with bows.
But this is even better.
Bowels?
Bowels.
After
poo.
After Cheese, another popular one. After Cheese, the next popular one was Danish. So I guess we know Cheese's middle name.
Now, do they know that it's also a culture of people and a food? That's what I wonder.
I wonder. The next one is Egypt. We're going to name our children Egypt, Jag, Panda, and Rocket.
Jag, like the TV show?
Okay,
Jag,
I'm
like
naming
the TV
my
show.
child Rocket. That's
Rocket.
How about Red Rocket?
Jag off McGee.
Let's talk.
It's going to be Rocket Lysander Moore.
Well, let's talk about some of the names.
Oh, he wanted to get that dig in for a long time.
Lysander, yeah.
I want to go back to those parents that are naming their daughters Kiwi and Fairy. Thank you. The next generation of strippers is taken care of.
But you guys,
change needed.
I'm gonna name my daughter Milton.
Floating.
You guys, you have to talk about. You have to talk about some of the names in the past. Let's talk about bring these names up in the past, okay? In 2012, we had 2 babies named Swag. In 2010, we had 3 babies named Butt.
Adolf Hitler trended at 100%.
Last year, we had 2 babies.
Yeah. Yeah, one kid.
Last year we had 2 babies named Hot Dog.
I kind of
And
like
then
that.
Dog.
This year
Hot dog
we had
Hagen.
yeah, it's got a
That does sound good.
it's got a nice ring
doesn't
to it.
Doesn't it? That's great.
Back and this year also we have 6 babies named Butterbean.
Oh.
Butterbean Hagen. I like that
So,
too.
I was looking over your resume, Butterbean, and I see that you have a lot of, well, you're not. So just let me leave it.
It gets
Who's
worse.
gonna name their
It gets
kid
worse. Hey, it gets worse.
McRib Hagen.
This year there have been 3 babies named Phone. In '95 there were 34 babies named Freak. Three babies in 2010 were named Poopy.
Poopy the Older. That's going to be Nikki Darling's and Alan the Oldest pal.
Poopy the Older.
Poopy the Older.
Now this one, hey, this next one was one of Corey's favorites. There were 2 in 2012 named Superman.
Yes.
Yeah,
Best
Corey likes it.
name ever.
There were 3 in 2008 named Mushroom.
Mushroom.
I'm wondering though if that's a smoking reference or an eating reference or if that is a Mario reference.
No,
I know.
Man, I've been
Well,
shooting some weed all week.
well, see, and that's what I'm
My
saying.
friend shot 6 marijuanas and died.
Oh, hey, and one
True
more.
story.
One more. There were 3 in 2009 named Elbow.
All right.
Well, let's give it up for those fantastic baby names.
Yeah.
Fantastic parents.
You know, we know the Liberty Movement is not free of that, and you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the weird baby name thing going on in the Liberty Movement in the next segment. Keep it tuned right here on the Corey Moore Show, CoreyMooreShow.com/live. We'll be back right after these short messages.
Oh man.
All right, I had more time.
Like you meet my baby, Chemtrails Freeman.
And I know that you don't smoke mushrooms. I was thinking about the wrong word. My brain is not
that's
here.
all right. No worries.
You've been
That's
smoking
why
mushrooms over
That's
there?
why I corrected myself.
Hey, you
but
could probably smoke them if you wanted.
You
Whatever.
could.
You can smoke banana peels, can't you? Somebody says you can
No,
smoke banana peels.
no, that's an old
bullshit.
wives' tale. Banana peels were
Propagated
used.
by the dead milkman.
Absolutely. Well, there was a time when you could smoke them, but that was only because you would dip them in. I can't remember what common medication had morphine and would absorb the morphine.
Sure.
And then by smoking them.
But there is no bananadine.
No, not at all.
As
Yeah,
they
I
used
have
to
a
say.
friend who claimed he wrecked a car because he was smoking banana pills. No, dude, you're just dumb.
Carson,
Yeah.
hey, Carson said that Corey and Nico's love child should be named OH.
That's not even funny.
And the middle name should be IO.
We should have a child named Ohio. Corey.
We need a car crash sound for bad jokes.
I know. I need to pull up some soundboards again.
That's what I heard tonight driving up here.
Oh yeah, you did run over a car.
Part of a
Oh.
car.
You know, it's going to suck when me and you, Nico and I have a love child before he and his wife have a love child.
Yeah, well,
Wait, he has a love child already, doesn't he? It's a
He has
child.
one. He has
there's
a child.
nothing wrong with more than one.
You know what?
Have as many as you can.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about your child, but just run with it. With what I'm gonna do in this next segment, all right?
Oh, you better watch out, buddy.
Oh.
Don't use him as fodder.
So I don't know what a love child is, but I have plenty of hate children who are ready to
You
come after
flushed
me.
him down the toilet.
I have killed billions upon billions of possible children.
There you go. The car crash
Can
sound.
you? Yeah, is that you guys could hear that? Obviously.
You've committed your own personal genocide.
Hey, did I share that article with you guys about the University of Utah doctor saying yes to cannabis oil for kids?
No, but I'm surprised that happened in Utah.
Did you guys see that
Well,
Vice documentary where there's like a 6-year-old taking medical marijuana, like the concentrate in pills?
I heard about that, but I didn't see the
It's on Vice's YouTube channel. It's amazing. Like how high this little kid gets, and they also give it to like their 2-year-old as well.
But the kid has leukemia, right?
Yeah, but she's like surviving very well from it.
Okay.
Wow,
yeah.
nice.
I'm surprised CPS hasn't come after them. I'm glad.
The most interesting thing about that article, though, is that my sister-in-law is a doctor at the University of Utah.
Oh, okay.
So I sent it over to her and said, "What's this all about?" And she's like, "I don't know, but I'm glad to hear about this." And she's not like that type of person to find alternative medicine. So that's the interesting thing about that.
I definitely tried some cannabis oil in Amsterdam. It was given to me by a Mr. Rudowski, and it was my first time, and it did
You
not
do
get me
realize
high.
that we're still broadcasting on YouTube, right?
Oh, whoops. I did not know that.
You didn't say his first name.
I did not say his
Yeah,
first
everyone
name.
knows who you're talking about, though.
No, his name is Jake. Come on. And,
Oh, yeah, Jake.
yeah.
Yeah, that Jake Rudowski. That's
You didn't have to say his
Joliet
name
Jake.
again, Corey.
Joliet Jake.
I've heard of that
Probably
guy.
there's about 3 people watching our YouTube feed, so.
3.5 million.
No.
Well,
That's
yeah,
right.
until the after the show, we
But
do
you know
get
what?
some good.
Oh, there has to be triple that now that I'm on here.
But in Amsterdam, it's... Hey, but we were doing it in Amsterdam where it's legal. So I can't get in trouble for that.
True.
Sure.
.info.
This is America.
What's up
Get in
next?
trouble for
Visit the
anything.
Liberty Radio
America.
Network program
Pew,
guide to find
pew,
out
pew,
at
pew.
shows.lrn.fm.
Cody O'Connor is next for an hour.
That's
Apparently, our listeners hate him.
shows.lrn.fm.
Conspiracy theorists screaming Illuminati, Illuminati, Illuminati.
Have you ever seen the gates?
The mentality of the voter in this country fascinates me. I say now is the time to roll up our shirt sleeves and get to the bottom of this. The only way we're going to defeat this thing is if we all do it together. I hope I have your vote on election day. And why exactly should I vote for you? Well, because I'm a hard worker, I take a stand. On what exactly? The issues of the day. Which are? The things that concern you and your family the most. I simply want the councilman to say one concrete thing. Yes, I understand. You don't trust me. A lot of people don't trust politicians. I know how it is. I have been out there. What does that have to do with... May I finish, please? Maybe we need someone to blame. Maybe if we pick some faceless person at City Hall to be responsible for all our problems, then we won't have to accept any responsibility at all. The way a bunch of people made something work at Lexington and Concord. You may remember it. It's called America. Yes! But he didn't say anything! Thank you, people, for proving my point. The vote is in our sheet.
This is the Corey Moore Show.
And welcome back to the Corey Moore Show. You can listen, watch, and chat with us live over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live. That is CoreyMoore show.com/live. Mandy, who is the concubine of the chat room tonight, I'm going to ask you real quick. Anything going on in the chat room right now?
They're talking about our baby names, and now they're talking about Gordon Ramsay and Robert Irvine, chefs. So definitely a detour from what we were talking about earlier, but never a lack of excitement coming from the illustrious chat room.
Glad you guys are engaged.
Yeah, we love you guys so much.
You're the best.
You are absolutely the best.
Want to have your baby?
Oh,
we want to have your
guys.
love child.
My
Guys,
extended
apparently-
family is what they are.
Wait a minute. Apparently, LRN Newbie 172 says that he is your secret love child, Corey Moore.
And I know his real name. Chemtrails Freeman Von Akron.
There we go.
I'm naming my child, my first son is going to be Spatula Dumbledore, so I feel you.
And then there's Gold Standard Bitcoin Freeman. And,
You know, Nico, you act like you're so innocent. Your child's name is Ian Isabella Von Akron. We're going to say Von Akron. Yes.
Yeah. Ian, yeah.
Yeah, Ian Isabella Von Akron. I mean, come on, man. Really bad. Really bad.
Named after Jim Isabella and that Ian.
No, I was
guy
talking about Isabella Patterson.
No, it was from the local radio show.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and then there's that Ian guy from Curtis from Joy Division. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
That was Ian.
It is whatever.
No, but I mean, for real, it's like, what is up with people in the liberty movement in general, and I mean, I'm not trying to pick on anyone in general, but it seems like every single week I get an announcement that somebody has named their boy child Lysander. What is up with this? I mean, I don't know. Maybe am I doing like a Seinfeld, what's up with the airplane peanuts kind of deal? But I mean, really, it's not very creative.
Well,
why Lysander? I mean, I get why, but why?
It's a cool name. Man.
It's not really that cool of a name.
I thought libertarians should just naming their cats Lysander.
Yeah, I think it was more of a cat phenomenon. Yeah.
I'm seeing
I'm seeing real babies. Yeah, I am.
Real
too,
babies.
Yeah, but
If somebody wants to name their pussy Lysander, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Nothing at all.
I think
that's the name of my pussy.
People are looking for different names because names like John and Bob are typical.
Not anymore.
I mean, really, why Lysander, though? Why don't we just start naming our kids Murray? I mean, Murray Rothbard. We need more Murrays in this world anyway. It's a good, solid, manly name. So if we're going to name our kids after, someone solid in the liberty movement, let it be Murray.
Why
Furry
not?
Murray. Furry Murray.
Bill Murray, great liberty guy. I like it.
Absolutely. I love that Bill Murray.
We need more kids named Shotgun Throat Punch. Thank you very much.
Or tongue punch.
Hey,
tongue punch fart box.
That's my favorite.
I totally
Freeman.
missed something, I think.
Tongue punch fart box
Just
Freeman.
Think about it. Definitely. Just think about it.
Hagen, I think you're onto something here because, I think it would be a great honor if one of you people out there named your child after me. Corey Moore, whatever your last name is.
I think
Corey Moore Freeman.
That is
Lesbro
a great
Lesbro Freeman.
idea. Corey, as wonderful and as helpful and loving as our good friends in the chat room are, I'm sure one of them is going to take you up on that offer, and their child shall be named Corey Moore Freeman whatever.
You ain't getting some child support, though. Just don't expect it.
No child support. F that. I have like 6 children I don't pay child support on right now.
Oh, stop.
Are they love children or hate children?
Well,
they're hate children.
that's only the 6 that
I hate
you.
them.
That's only the 6 that
They
you
try to
know
take
of.
all my money. It's not
That's the
cool,
problem
man.
with those.
Not
You
cool.
called that Sally Struthers thing because you were watching TV late at night and you felt really bad about it, and she was like, and you were like, yeah, I'll take care. I'll adopt all 6 of them, and then you never called again. And you never sent any money.
But
What
that's
is up
only.
with Sally Struthers getting so fat? By
That's
the way?
the only 6
Because
that
she's
he.
eating those. She's eating those kids.
Sending those kids food, please.
Why do you think those kids are so thin?
Yeah, she's stealing their food and then ultimately eating them.
She's fattening them up like calves. That's why I.
Hansel and Gretel.
That's why I stopped donating to that cause because she just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And
Well, now you have 6 kids. Then.
but I hear she's going to be putting out a cookbook.
she's gonna be. I heard she's gonna be putting out.
Well, she
Or
probably
Sally
is constantly
Struthers.
putting out. But
It's-
I heard
it's
she's going
just gonna
to be
be
putting
a-
out a cookbook, how to cook a African child.
How to fatten them up.
It goes through the whole process.
Put your finger through the cage, but they put out a chicken bone instead, so they keep getting. You know the story.
It goes through the whole process
Hansel and
of
Gretel.
fattening them up to how to tenderize the meat because they've been very thin
be
for very
stringy.
long,
It
so
can be
it's going to be stringy. And then how to put them
Oh
on a
my
stick
God.
and kind of do that rolling around thing. You know what? It's going to be an Amazon bestseller, New York Times bestseller. I guarantee it.
It's
Sally
gonna be a
Struthers'
whole
new cookbook,
craze.
How to Cook an African Child.
the poor.
Get it now on Amazon.
Yeah, the chat room is saying.
Oh, it'll be
Zombie
made into a
Sally
reality TV
Struthers.
show.
Yeah.
Zombie Sally Struthers is the
Well, who doesn't like zombie films or shows?
I don't.
I'm not a big fan.
Hey, I
of it.
live 30 minutes from where The Walking Dead is filmed.
So my
So
Nice.
so the biggest problem with The Walking Dead, not to go off track.
This is
here,
really off topic.
and
So
I'm
is
gonna
Sally
say it,
Struthers, so.
and I will.
I was
walk
going to bring
away.
it back.
No spoilers.
The biggest problem with The Walking Dead is that Sally Struthers is not on that show.
This is true.
That is very true.
that is
No, so
total
there's
Problem
BS.
with most shows.
But of course, since we lost our sponsorship from the Rob Ford douchebag, I really am hoping Sally Struthers is going to hit me up. We've been emailing back and forth, but I'm going to really promote this book on the show, How to Tenderize and Eat an African Child. So
Well,
You should
and
get
what-
together with Sarah McLachlan with that terrible video with the crying puppies. You ever seen that?
Yeah, I have. It makes me.
It kills me.
That makes me cry, dude.
I'm just
Those-
like,
oh,
just
no.
eat them and put them out of their misery.
The animal,
Say,
no, the
you're
animal
saying,
commercials.
Nico, she's eating them.
The
Well,
animal
McRib,
commercials hit me
you
worse.
know.
Yeah, where do you think the McRib comes from, Brian?
Good. Lonely homeless
And then they,
dogs. You
never
put
get food
hey,
and-
you put McRib sauce on a stray dog. I've got dinner, son.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know you had a
but-
Vietnamese restaurant, Brian Hagen.
Oh, we went there.
Oh,
you know?
I just thought how good an African child would be with McRib sauce on it. I hope Sally Struthers has that in the cookbook.
Okay.
Oh, it's on page 62.
Oh, it
I've seen
is?
it.
Okay.
Fellow
I
13er.
have a copy sitting in front of me, but I'm not going to show it on camera because
Segue out of it.
it's
We
very
got the
uncomfortable.
forward pre-publish.
Of course,
versions, yeah.
it's fantastic. It's a great book. I would never do it
Why
myself.
did I bring it up
but
today? I get paid for this.
I get paid for this, obviously. Radio is all about whoring yourself out.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm going to name my child, Radio Whore More. It rhymes.
I love it.
And it's going to give them a leg up in this industry. If their first name is Radio, that'd be the perfect DJ name. Keep it tuned right here on the Corey Moore Show. We're done talking about these stupid, silly baby names. Name your child something normal, for God's sake. We'll be back right after this.
McRib sauce.
When I signed up for the free state.
Did I really say I was
how much drama
eat-
there was?
You guys
Wow.
really, you guys
Oh.
I was just watching. I was just waiting to see how far down the hole you guys can go.
That's disgusting. Brian, Carson says he will fight you tooth and nail for the McRib sauce-covered African orphans.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was a bad bit that went the wrong way.
Too far.
Too far.
Sorry.
Where did it go?
I did bring
You
that
guys,
up,
but I have to say this: it got the room talking.
That's good
Because
radio.
they haven't been engaged in this conversation like this since you guys started talking about cannibalism and the liberty movement.
We just
about
have to
that.
throw in some necrophilia and we're good to go.
Well, actually, we had that conversation on Angel Clark's show a while back, me and Ben Stone. It was,
Yeah, I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about that.
It was pretty interesting.
Ben Stone's a cannibal.
No, a necrophile. Come on.
A
dude.
necrophile.
Get your degenerate behavior straight.
Do you know that ducks are necrophiles?
Oh, yeah.
They like to fuck dead.
Well, they have
ducks,
corkscrew cocks or something.
Yeah.
That's pigs
You
that you're
saw
thinking
that
of.
video too.
No,
didn't
ducks.
you?
Ducks
man.
do that too?
Yeah, ducks
Oh,
have
that's
like
unfortunate.
these devastating penises.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did not.
I don't
know
think
this.
anything's worse than cats.
Because
They have spiky
Cats have
penises.
spikes, and like when they pull out, it like
I just hate cats.
I just
Okay,
hate cats.
gross.
Cats either.
I love
Gross.
There's a
cats.
couple in the,
I
you know,
will let
just,
Shane have one cat. One
How do you not
I
like a
love
cat?
cats. Hey,
That's it.
my former roommate named his cat Stir Fry. I don't know if that was a sign or a hint or something.
Oh.
Is he Asian?
No.
Wow, there's some echo going on there.
Okay, next story is the 927 people own half of all Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, I said
Bitcoin
new
at?
topic, necrophilia in the Liberty Movement, discuss. And then Regime Toppler said necrophilia does not violate the non-aggression principle.
What? Yeah,
And
he
then
does. Yeah.
Carson says, oh, hell yeah, I claim the corpse of Ayn Rand.
Well,
I mean,
it's basically-
Barbara Brandon just died. I mean, if you're gonna go that route, at least her body's still
You
warm.
might as well just fuck a jar of maggots. That's,
Right.
Well, Regime Toppler just said necrophilia, crack open a cold one.
Okay, we're not going over this.
Yeah,
topic.
let's just
We've-
keep clean. Keep clean.
Let's
Stick
try
to
to
eating
clean
Africans.
it. Let's try to go. Let's try to tear down our homestead on the other side of the line.
Let's clean it like an enema.
And go back to normal town.
let's go back to normal town. But see, it took the twisted, disgusting topics to get the chat room flowing. Figures.
I say one joke, and you guys just run with it. You run with the wrong joke, folks.
And then you know what's even better about that? They run with the wrong joke, and you're the one who gets crap for it.
Right.
Yes.
You're welcome, Corey.
Yes, it was our pleasure.
You guys are going to cost me this job.
I did bring up Sally Struthers, and I do apologize for that.
So,
I don't
so,
know
so
why it
maybe
popped in my head.
maybe Rob should talk about the nightmarish dystopia that is Chicago.
Oh, it's horrible. I feel like I'm in The Walking Dead.
I mean, give him 5 minutes. Let's talk about how horrible Chicago
I was in the
is.
far south of Chicago a while ago in Gary.
Oh, Gary, Indiana. Oh,
I used to live
favorite
right next to Gary. I used to live in Hammond, Indiana, which is right next to Gary. It was literally walking distance into Gary.
I went there to go to the casino, and I got lost, and there were like trees growing through the middle of streets, and it was just a wild time.
Yeah, like every other house is boarded up in Gary.
Yeah.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
Don't give me money. Just give the money to AMP.
That because of comfort, complacency, our proneness to adjust to injustice, the Western nations that initiated so much of the revolutionary spirit of the modern world have now become the arch anti-revolutionary.
This is the Corey Moore Show.
Now, of course, one of the difficulties in speaking out today grows out of the fact that there are those who are seeking to equate dissent with disloyalty. And I knew that I could never again raise my voice against the violence of the oppressed in the ghettos without having first spoken clearly to the greatest purveyor of violence in the world today, my own government.
Call the president a terrorist. Corporate sponsors like, how the f you gonna embarrass us? Ain't my fault, I was just repeating this. Professor Emeritus from America, but my tone was like an Afghani kid without a home. Blew that bitch up with a drone. An Iraqi with no daddy, Palestinian throwing stones. The f you think they call them? I'ma leave that all alone.
It is a sad fact to adjust to injustice.
And welcome back to the Corey Moore Show. You can listen, watch, and chat with us live right now over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live. That is CoreyMoore show.com/live. And this is the final segment of the first hour. I don't know where the time goes when we start talking about cooking African children. I think it goes a little bit too far. So my apologies for any African children out there listening to the show that were very offended by that. But really, Sally Struthers. I don't get it. I'm just kind of curious about her. She is a very curious individual.
Well, this all started with your illegitimate children, but anyway.
Yeah, of course. My 6 illegitimate children that I don't pay child support on. Joining me tonight, of course, is Nico Von Akron.
Yep.
Yeah. Why are you don't seem so enthused?
No, I'm excited.
Are you excited to be here?
It? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Also joining me tonight in the DC studios, we have Nikki Darling and Alan the Alda.
Nico's beard is fantastic.
Oh, I'm turning red.
But you can't see it because of the beard.
It hides emotion, too.
Also joining us is Brian Hagan, the Fajita Fun Time Radio Show.
I want to rock and roll all night and party every day with Corey Moore.
Hey, Hagan, when are you putting out a new fajita?
You know, it's funny. While we were on break, I was just sitting here thinking that because I had promised my loyal listeners earlier this week that there would be one. You know, maybe when we wrap things up tonight, I will sit down here and record one and get one out. I have a really good interview that I can include on that thing, so maybe tonight.
Okay, good, because I thought it would be an hour and a half of fap noises myself.
Yeah, but Brian Hagan,
it is still Taylor Swift's birthday.
Brian Hagan, who's going to be joining you? Brian Hagan, who's going to be joining you recording this?
On this edition, I don't think anyone, because it's going to be
kind of
me.
a solo affair,
because
if you know what I mean.
That's right. When I'm doing my thing right, it should just be me, because then the focus goes on me, and that makes me happy.
Well, that doesn't make your co-host happy.
All right, let's not fight this out on the air.
Bitter Betty.
It's not a fight. It's not a fight.
The memory of Nelson Mandela.
This reminds me of the time back in the day when I used to work at McDonald's, my first job, and 2 people in the drive-thru got into an accident, and they started the fist fight in the drive-thru, and I just said, "I'm sick of this. Move your cars and fist fight over there," and they did. So
really?
Yeah,
They complied?
They complied with me. So I'm going to say that you guys had this discussion off the air. And also joining us tonight as well is the artist formerly known as Rob Voluntaryist Rebel.
Represent the OG volunteers out of Cook County.
I love that. I love that. That's cute. And, of course, we have the concubine of the chat room, Mandy Parsons. Mandy, anything going on in the chat room that's interesting?
We got a good discussion about Ayn Rand going in my reading habits.
I believe Carson said that he wanted to do something with Ayn Rand's corpse.
Oh, no.
I thought we were moving on. Corey.
We are moving on from that, but I had to bring that up just
Next
because
story.
Yeah,
it's gross.
well-
But hey, Carson, some advice for you. Barbara Brandon, you know, one of Ayn Rand's prodigies, just died, so the body's still warm on that one.
And I think Greenspan has been up in Rand, definitely. You
I'm
don't
sure.
want sloppy seconds.
That's true.
Greenspan, especially.
His name just took on a whole new meaning.
Man, I just green-spanned Ayn Rand.
I green span all over that ass. So, Rob, you know, I got you on the show, and I want to talk about you a little bit because you have some cool stuff going on. One of the things that I noticed pretty recently is you've had an epic battle with Facebook. Like, there's been this whole push away from people using the word voluntarist in their names on Facebook. So, what's up with that? What's going on?
I have had 2 different accounts completely suspended from Facebook for using voluntarist, and I even took that out in my second one. I still got completely suspended from that. So you can bring on the libertarian hate. I submitted an ID to get my original account back because I'm in a bunch of different groups, and I don't know, I just wanted it back because I've had that for like a year, and I love that account. So yeah, I know. But no, it's just like this complete censorship on Facebook's anyone that doesn't use their real name.
You know, I'm a developer, and I've had to upload my photo ID to Facebook before. I hate it. I hate it. You can't do anything on there without them having your ID, and it kind of bothers me.
Well, I hate using Facebook, but that's what everyone uses, you know? Until everyone jumps ship, it's like, you know, you can go to Diaspora, but unless you want to talk to, like, 5 anarchists, then, you know, that's pretty much all it's there.
Yeah, now that everybody's changed their names on Facebook, I don't know who anybody is anymore.
Like, how the hell did you get on my friends list?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, but that's the battle, right? That's the thing. I'm happy. I've always used my real name. And no offense to you, but I've really thought the idea of putting voluntarist or anarchist in your name on Facebook's kind of silly, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. Like, going by my real name just feels liberating right now. So it's like, this is who I am. I don't know. I'm liberated about it. I like it.
You're as much of a status as Brian Hagan is with his McRib eating. Why do I allow status on my show? I don't quite understand.
How can you be a libertarian like the McRib?
We're being ostracized.
Go into the wilderness with your McRibs, sir.
Cast them out of the city gate and stone them.
Yeah, so very liberating, of course, to use your real name. Even if you are the artist formerly known as Rob Voluntaryist Rebel. I like that. You know, when I think I found you on Facebook. I forget how I found you on Facebook. When I found you, I was like, you are the exception to the rule, I think, with that name. It's a cool name. It's cool. It's better than, like...
how so?
I don't know. It flows. It flows a lot better. People,
it's poetic, even.
My entire existence is a rebellion against the state.
Which was... Oh, what was that?
My entire existence is a rebellion against the state.
Can you give us any examples? What do you do in your daily life to live outside of the state?
Normal libertarian stuff, smoke pot, buy Bitcoin, and watch liberty-oriented shows like the Corey Moore Show.
Yeah,
yeah.
Good answer.
Woo, the Corey Moore Show.
I build my own roads.
I build my own.
And I was thinking the other day how good
I write tickets to the police.
I have a bunch of love children that I don't pay child support on. Yay, liberty!
Hate children.
Speaking of which, I did get pulled over on my way over here, and I guess this would be a good time to relay that story. I got pulled over on my way over to the studio tonight, and it was because I didn't put that little sticker on my license plate.
Jurisdiction.
Yeah, in a fairly infamous jurisdiction. I I don't want to get into that, but yeah, I was reaching into my glove box to get my my registration out, and the cop was standing in my window, and I looked. I said, "Officer, I'm not grabbing a gun. I'm getting my registration." He
That's
just
exactly what somebody who wants to shoot me would say.
Yeah, I was really kind of petrified. So yeah, there we go. Writing tickets to the police, fantastic. You also do a.
Well, they deserve every one of them.
You have a radio show too, or a video show, right?
I started a YouTube show / podcast called The Rebel Love Show. Facebook.com / The Rebel Love Show. Go like us. I put on hiatus for next month or two until I make the move to Manchester. My co-host is already there, Joel Valenzuela. As soon as we hook back up in Manchester, we're going to get that show back up off the ground.
You know, the little bit that you did with that, I really enjoyed it. I think that you guys have something going on there that a lot of Liberty shows don't. My normal advice to people is if you want to start a podcast, don't. But you know what? If you have talent, go ahead and do it. That's the thing right there. And that's the advice from a low-bit hack like me over at the Corey Moore Show, CoreyMooreShow.com/live. When we come back...
I'll take everything I can get.
Yeah. When we come back, we're going to talk about D.C. Councilman Tommy Wells to live 1 week on minimum wage. So keep tuned right here at CoreyMooreShow.com/live.
Hi, I'm Derek J. To me, an activist's calling is to
Low talent hack. Yeah, that's right.
I was gonna say, they said in the chat room that Rob needs to turn down his volume a little bit.
I've already got him turned down.
I'll just move my mic a little bit farther away. How is that good?
I mean,
is that better?
I don't know. You'll have to ask them because they were the ones.
To me.
Well, I don't have a. All right.
I think you're peaking, but the volume itself isn't bad.
Okay.
Need to get up before 9.
Why?
Brian Hagan.
Yeah,
What time did you get up?
Oh yeah, I got up at like 8.
Yeah. Oh man. Wait. So. Sorry, guys. I'll
Well, it wasn't my choice to put my show on hiatus. Kind of going through a divorce, and the wife took the PC when I wasn't here. So can't really do one without a PC at the moment.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that is.
Fucking A.
Sorry to hear you're going through that. Man.
Yeah.
That's rough.
You know what? It was hard at first, but to be honest, I'm extremely happy because it's like so much drama out of my life. Like I sleep at night now. It's amazing. I'm like purely happy about the decision. So.
That's why you don't marry the wrong person, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's why you probably shouldn't get married to begin with. But
yeah,
I'm a little jaded saying that though.
They said that you sound better now.
Oh, well, thank you, chat room. I appreciate it.
We love you guys so much.
I mean,
God,
it's just like
y'all are
having
assholes.
It's like having our favorite neighbors just hanging out in the old backyard, getting together for a good old bonfire good time.
You all are so mean.
Of African babies.
Yeah, got some African babies on the grill.
Oh my
It's a
God.
good
Brian.
With some McRib sauce on there.
Mm-hmm. Just slather it right on there. Everybody gather around now. It's time to eat. Can anyone tell I actually come from Farm Market Radio? Because I can do that stick all day.
Oh my God.
That's actually what our morning show sounds like.
Man.
Howdy there, friends.
Nico's gone already. I was going to get him to give me some water again. Silence.
Sorry.
Trying to rest my vocal cords a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
Brian Hagan, I can't
So-
believe you're going to leave me off your show.
I'm at my mom's. I have no way to do anything. I don't have all my
that's
gear.
to the point.
I need to get one up, and I've got this great interview, and I'm just going to, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing them, but they're going to be short shows from now on, like 15, 20-minute stops. No
Who's the
more of
interview
my...
with?
It's
Those
with
are
the director of that new film on the new documentary on the Federal Reserve. It's a pretty decent interview. We had him on the Liberty Beat, and I did a full interview, and of course I only used total of 15 seconds audio for the actualities.
It's pretty cool, man.
So it's like a 6-minute interview.
You've got to talk to Ian and figure out what's going on with this, not putting this at the top of the hour, though.
Yeah, I wrote John. I mean, John. Let's see, John and Megan are the ones who are supposed to be taking care of all that stuff. And I don't know.
Oh, I want some hot cocoa.
Maybe there's some affiliates that complained. I'm wondering.
It's a possibility.
How many affiliates is LRN on?
Not that many.
I don't know why. We don't do anything offensive. I mean, our Liberty Beat is so... John and I were just having that discussion the other night. We're very proud of the fact that it's not biased at all. It's very just straight ahead reporting.
Just don't worry about it yet until you find out what's going on.
Well, it's still listed under podcast, so that's what I'm...
Yeah, they're still playing it, but not very often.
Yeah, because it used to be at the top. That's why we have to do a straight 5-minute. I work very hard and diligently to make sure it is that 5-minute mark.
Yeah, because I'm looking at like the podcasts. There just aren't. It's usually in the middle of the night when they play podcasts.
Yeah.
Like most of the... Man, I remember when LRN was new, and it wasn't LRN, it was LibertyRadioNetwork.com, and I was a budding radio host on that network.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. The good old days.
Just makes me so sad seeing Fajita as off the air.
Yeah, that's a bad sign, man.
I know.
What does it take to get a show on LRN?
You have to be active for... Well, I'll speak to the podcast thing. Corey can speak to the actual show, but to do a podcast, you have to be active for 6 months, put together quality content, and then talk to Ian.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's for live shows, too. This was the exception. This really was an exception.
It's because you're Corey freaking Moore, man.
Exactly.
Oh, you guys are going to set the chat room off again.
No, I mean, it's true, though. I mean, Ian doesn't offer shows to people generally.
Has Ian ever been on this show?
No.
He doesn't want to ruin his reputation.
I could get Ian. If I wanted to get Ian on the show, I probably could, but he's probably got better things to do on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I don't know. When I go to Keene in a couple of weeks, I might try to pull him in on the show. I don't know how I'm going to be doing that yet.
They're posting all these memes in the room. There's a picture of Obama talking to a little girl who's building with Legos, and he said, "You didn't build that. Someone else did."
Hardy har har.
And then they have one that says Night of the Living Statists, and it says Roads.
Is it me, or is it the memes the last few weeks have been kind of weak on Facebook?
Very weak.
Yeah,
no, I've noticed
I'd say it's
that
the past
too.
few months, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the one. Yeah, here's one. It's a picture of George Zimmerman. It says George Zimmerman changes his name to Benghazi so that the Obama administration and mainstream media will never mention him again.
That's too long.
What's up with all the Barbie doll and Elf memes?
Well, Elf on a Shelf is that big Christmas gimmick that's been out for the last few years, so everybody's making fun of it. The best one I saw, I sent over to Brian Hagan. It said Smacky the Elf is getting his fix, and he has like a Elf on the Shelf with a $20 bill, and he's exchanging it for prescription pills.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Before we come back, Nikki, when are you going on Freedom Fiends?
January 19th.
Okay, you need remind me the week of the show that you do that.
Okay.
Because I want to mention it. Because I want to mention it on here.
Okay.
You guys got to get Nima on here.
Yeah, if he wasn't so busy, and now he has a kid, so I love Nima though.
Alone and you die alone, and this world just drops a bunch of rules on top of you to make you forget those facts, but I never forget. I'm living like there's no tomorrow, because there isn't one.
But I'd rather be a freak than a swallower. You see, it's leaders and it's followers. But I'd rather be a
lightning bolt to the heart can't work, and you just run off and get married and make babies. The reason you haven't felt it is because it doesn't exist. What you call love was invented by guys like me.
Throwing hate at me, want me to stay at ease. I'm in your corporation, y'all can't control me.
This is the Corey Moore Show.
And welcome back to the Corey Moore Show. We are launching live into the second hour right now. You can listen, chat, and watch with us over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live. That is CoreyMoore show.com/live. Joining me tonight in the Liberty Bunker, we have Nico Von Akron.
Cheers.
We also have Nikki Darling and Alan the Alda down in the DC studios.
Word.
Whoop.
And Alan the Alda is coming directly from Korea. He just flew here.
My arms are very, very tired.
She killed her baby.
Well, that's from rubbing Nikki's feet, of course. Also joining us tonight is Brian Hagan of the Fajita Funtime Radio Show.
It's a Friday. We got to get down on Friday.
Thank you for reminding me the hell of that song.
What hell?
That was
Rebecca Black.
Music.
May that stick in everyone's mind tonight.
I heard Rebecca Black dropped an album in the middle of the night tonight, or last night.
It was Beyonce.
It was Beyonce. Way to ruin the joke, guys. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, Beyonce, nobody else has that star power like Beyonce.
No marketing.
No marketing.
Tours, no nothing. It's interesting.
No, that's huge. If you pay attention to the music industry, that's huge.
As a capitalist.
I bet you that thing's going to debut #1 on the Billboard 200, too. I guarantee it. I'd be willing to put my firstball child on that. Well, I'm not paying the child support anyway.
Right. I was gonna
Sally
say.
Struthers,
But no, it is unheard of. No promotion, no push, no street marketing. Just boom, drop it like that. Completely unheard of. Whole new style of marketing in this way of doing things.
Yeah, I tried that about 10 years ago. And it was just a bunch of Scandinavian kids. I sold 4 albums. It was awesome.
At least the Scandinavians love it.
They do.
That's more albums than I've ever sold.
Didn't Kanye or Jay-Z or one of those guys do something like that? They just dropped an album with a week's notice, or
I think that I might. No, I haven't heard anything like that. I might be wrong though.
I don't know this stuff.
But I mean, Beyonce, star power right there. I love me some Beyonce. I really do. Also joining us tonight is the artist formerly known as Rob, Voluntaryist Rebel. Now, Rob, do you like Beyonce? Does this interest you at all? Just kind of curious.
I love watching her videos.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
That means anything.
That's the best part about this album. If you get it off of iTunes, every single song has a music video. So you can watch her for,
Have you
I'm down.
in all this?
Well, I was kind of distracted because, his birthday was today. But yes, that's going to be my plan all day Saturday. I'm going to sit and watch those videos and do things to myself that are illegal in 13 states. But yes, I enjoy watching her videos as well.
Who doesn't?
I like football, but I definitely watched the Super Bowl this past year and enjoyed the halftime show very much.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't?
No.
How can?
There was no wardrobe malfunction. She didn't pull a Janet Jackson. That's unfortunate.
She had she had like a sigil or something on her nipple there. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, they needed to make sure that never happens again. Also joining me tonight, we have Mandy Parsons, who is the what do we call her?
Concubine.
I always forget the concubine of the chat room.
That's me.
Concubine.
Yes.
From now on, that's what we're going to call you, at least tonight. What's going on in the chat room?
People left. And I'll tell you, the biggest news from the last few minutes is that they're saying Nikki is inaudible. She's much too quiet.
Well, get closer to the mic, Nikki.
That's all I have. That's the most important thing. Let's see. Besides all the memes that I talked about. But yeah, it's gotten kind of quiet. I guess it's past their bedtimes and Mommy made them go to bed. I don't know.
What you doing in the bait? I mean, you guys are awesome.
Oh, but Mom, the Corey Moore Show is on.
Thank you so much.
We love you.
Well, that's where Carson went.
Carson probably went to bed. He's idle right
You're
now.
right back, Peyton.
K-O-K-B-A-T-I-N-G. But hey,
Go fishing tomorrow.
Oliver Closeoff just got back in the room.
Welcome back, Oliver Closeoff.
Yes.
Oliver Closeoff
That's my
is
favorite
proven
dude
to
in
be.
the room.
Me too. I'll tell you, Oliver Closeoff. I feel like Oliver Closeoff is a long-lost relative coming home to just settle back and enjoy some good home-cooked meals with us here on the Corey Moore Show.
No, I love trolling as a 13-year-old girl. Anyway, another 13 club person. Anyway.
Yeah, good old Bebe, as they call her. She's not going to be living on minimum wage anytime soon with this hot album drop.
So what they call her?
Bebe. Hey, Bebe.
Wasn't there something called Bebe's Kids or something?
Yeah.
Bebe's Kids.
What was that?
They don't die.
Bebe's
They don't die. They
multiply.
multiply. Right.
Wait, was that racist?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
That was
I
a
really
movie.
hope
It
not.
can't be racist.
No,
So,
it's not.
Bebe, Beyonce, lovely woman. She will not be living on minimum wage anytime soon. But D.C. Councilman Tommy Wells says that he will spend a week keeping his food and transportation costs to the level of a minimum wage worker. This is according to WIJA.com. The Washington Post reports Wells says he's doing it to draw attention to the district's high cost of living and the council's preliminary approval last week of a minimum wage increase over the next 3 years. The city's current minimum wage is $8.25 an hour. So, the first thing I thought about when I heard this story was this man is going to live on the amount of minimum wage, but I bet you he's going to be living in a nice posh neighborhood.
In a nice place.
In a nice place away from the gun violence that people in minimum wage have to go through.
Yep.
Well, what is he doing with the money that he's not using?
Putting away for the end of the week.
No, I think he asked the council to only pay him minimum wage for the entire week. But normally he makes $200,000 a year.
So he asked the government to keep more money.
Yeah.
And seriously, for a week, what does that show?
Oh,
anyway?
yeah. What is?
Do it for a month.
Do it for a year.
Do it for
Yeah.
a year.
Right.
Yeah.
I challenge you, Tommy Wells, to do this for a year.
Like that Aaron Reich lady who wrote that book.
Anacostia and live on minimum wage.
Yeah, there was that. What was her name? Barbara Ehrenreich. Like she did it for like a whole year or two, and wrote about it.
And
Pretty
she
interesting
moved
book.
to a bad neighborhood too.
Yeah. And was a waitress and whatever, and like a flapjack house or whatever, and interesting. But doing it for a week doesn't. What does that show?
It proves nothing.
Theater.
It's exactly what it
obviously.
is.
Well, the D.C. Council is notoriously corrupt, and there's all kinds of issues with them as it is.
And ultimately, though, like, what are they trying to make happen with this?
Well,
I
it's
mean,
a
I guess
publicity
Get his name in the press so we talk about it.
So that we talk about. So what's the end result? So that we. Well, obviously, it's a publicity stunt for him, but should minimum wage be raised? I think is what the pseudo context of this is anyway.
Of course. That's what they're trying to do.
The point is, the minimum wage needs to be about $400 per hour. Everybody needs to be driving a Lexus down the street, and you have to make sure your kids have the best of everything while they're going to public school. Because if they don't look good going to public school, they're going to get made fun of. So
listen, I'm
true.
the token economist here, and that makes sense because then the taxes will go up, kids will have more resources in school, everything will work out.
I want my own Air Force One.
You should have one.
If you can dream it, you can have it.
You could just fly around the Air Force One throwing marbles out of the window and breaking windows and making even more economic progress.
It makes so much sense. We're going to talk about this more when we come back. Keep it tuned right here on the Corey Moore Show. Minimum wage, living on it for a week. Maybe we could talk about our experiences with that as well. We'll be back right after these short messages. CoreyMooreShow.com/live.
Are you tired?
Yes.
Yes. Am I tired?
Right?
Yes, Cody O'Connor. I am very tired.
Hey, Brian.
Gotta work
Yes.
tomorrow morning.
My friend just posted a status on her page that said Taylor Swift should just write a song called "Maybe I'm the Problem."
See, I don't think that's even fair. I don't understand why Taylor Swift takes such a hit for writing about bad relationships that's really been the foundation, not only of country music, but of music in general and most art in general. I don't know why
That's true.
it's so easy just to go ahead and throw stones at Taylor Swift. And
No,
I think it's
that's
because
not-
It's
Those
out
who live in
of
glass
it's out
houses.
of
Hagen is
that's
very,
exactly
very defensive
right.
of Taylor Swift.
I understand that, and I would make fun of that normally, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Thank you very much.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you either. But she has been called out for dating multiple people for that very reason and has not denied it. That's the problem.
Well,
She
why
dates.
should
She's
she
a
have to?
Who cares who she dates?
Do you
Yeah,
know about
exactly.
her personal life like that? Well, I guess.
I mean, seriously,
That's a funny thing. People think they know about the celebrity's personal life and they don't.
Mhm.
And you see that even here in the Liberty Movement. People.
Well, didn't we talk about this last
yeah.
week? Like after the show, after the after show, and like people think they know you because they hear you and they hear a little bit about you, and like
You don't know me.
That's-
You don't know
that's
my
true.
life.
And then they judge you.
That's very true.
So you think it's okay just to serial date for the reason of getting fodder for your songs?
We know that. How do we know that she's doing
some of the
this?
greatest.
She's just an
writers-
artist trying to,
Seriously.
find things to write about.
Exactly,
I can't shit
Rob.
on her for that because some of the greatest artists and writers and poets that I've read have done the exact same thing.
And had really fucking
You can't write about something you don't know about.
Exactly.
Really? Do I hit this talk button to?
Yeah.
I still listen to her music, so it's not like I'm really, saying what a douchebag.
Right. I
Is it
just
stronger?
I just think it's so easy to do
Oh, yeah.
that, and it's become
Tastes
very
like popcorn.
commonplace.
I like
and
it. I'll probably keep that bottle. Put some flowers in it.
No, but like, I don't know. You're talking to somebody like Reeds Bukowski and stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I
and
can't
and
read
hate
Bukowski anymore. It makes me a bad person.
Why?
But I do enjoy his work.
He was such a womanizer.
Yep.
Very much
People
so.
say womanizer like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I know,
He was
Corey.
a dirty old man.
He was the epitome of that, but it just sucks you in. It's such good writing.
Yes, it is.
And such drunken writing. And
Yes.
that's why I don't read it, because it makes me feel like, I should be drunk all the time.
Are we talking about
Dude,
Shakespeare?
you are drunk all of the time. What are you talking about?
I hold down a job, and I'm gone from my house 13 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and tomorrow, too, Saturday. So
Like, I have to go into work tomorrow, too. That sucks working on a
I have to
Saturday.
work the whole weekend.
Dude, I'm a waitress. None of your jobs suck as bad as mine.
It's very true. Funny
I'm a
story.
substitute teacher.
You get the summers off, so.
Yeah, but I don't get paid for them.
Okay, funny
I
story.
manage a retail store during Christmas.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I think you win this thread.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love how I just said, I think you win this thread. It's like instinctively came out of my mouth.
No, I see the whole thread in my head.
Can
like,
you
the way
tell?
it's been going.
Can you tell I'm on Reddit all the damn time?
And none of us questioned it either.
No.
Like Corey had to call himself out.
Let's have a Facebook argument. Rah!
No, I was talking about Reddit, but okay.
Well, I don't go on Reddit because they're
Alright, go
mean
back.
and they're.
I will tell you guys my funny story, maybe on the
I'm
air.
an old timer. I was on Fark.
Cool.
Just because I didn't get an opportunity. We're coming back.
My dog is going apeshit.
You can watch the LRN Studio Cam and chat with other listeners anytime
caught
at
that perfectly.
cam.lrn.fm. That's cam.lrn.fm.
I want to meet them.
Soon, you will all live by the rules of Islam.
Where's your dancing?
I have information that Muslims make babies much faster than Christians. Islam will impose its laws on the West, and those that oppose will have their tongues cut out. And your 5-day weather forecast is coming right up.
Stan, do you really think that Babber should be spewing his extremist crap on the radio?
You'd prefer your own extremist crap?
Of course. This is Muslim propaganda.
Our research shows that people who like Babber listen 25 minutes a day. Most people hate him. Yeah, and those people listen 45 minutes a day. The sponsors like the ratings. They're happy, I'm happy.
We getting there at money. We getting there at money. We getting there at money. We getting there at money.
And welcome back to the Corey Moore Show. You can listen, watch, and chat with us live over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live. That is CoreyMoore show.com. patreon.com/live. And we were talking during the break about our terrible jobs, of course. Nico was like, I have to go into work on Saturday. And I'm like, yeah, so do I. It sucks. And we figured out that the artist formerly known as Rob Voluntaryist Rebel indeed has the worst job out of all of us. What do you do again?
I do what I can.
No.
I manage a retail establishment during Christmas.
Ooh. I want to give you a hug right now. I really do.
I feel like I'm on the front lines of Western civilization collapsing upon itself.
There must be a. It's comparable to a circle in Dante's Hell, I would think.
It's the eighth circle of hell.
Circle.
It has to be. Ugh.
Pretty much.
So funny story on that note. At where I work, we have the self-care initiative, and at the end of
self-care.
Well,
is that what they're calling it these days?
Yes. Yes. It's just an excuse for me to jerk it in my office. All right. So
just caring for myself.
Just caring for myself.
Give me a couple more minutes.
And I have the huge window in front of me, and everyone walks by and watches. It's very awkward.
Is this covered by Obamacare? I hope it is.
Indeed.
Yes.
It is.
Self-care.
Yes, it is.
So at the end of every during exams week, at the end of every semester, we have this thing called the Self-Care Cafe, which I branded, which my brainchild, amazing. And with these, we have these massage chairs. So I go down and I'm sitting in the massage chair, and I'm getting my back worked on.
Got some candles.
It's some candles, some ambient lighting. You know,
smell of McRib wafting through the air.
It's the most erotic thing that you could ever experience. And I get my back kneaded, and there's like this one spot in my back that just hurts really, really bad. And I do this like 2 days in a row. And I come home from work the other day, and I live with my mother. Cue the jokes. And I tell my mom, I'm like, man, my back hurts. She's like, what's wrong? I said, oh, I was sitting at work in the massage chair. I'm getting my back kneaded on, and it just hit the spot. It hurts so bad. And she looked at me. She's like, you need to shut up right now because I work 9 hours a day, stand on my feet. My feet are bleeding when I come home. How dare you? So that's my funny story. You know,
that was hilarious.
It's just sad. It's not even funny.
It's not funny.
It's not funny at all.
It is
it's
sad.
just very sad.
You're right. It's
my mom's one of those. My
Yeah,
mom's one of those minimum wage workers, basically.
Right.
And it's just very sad to see that people having to work for that wage. But of course, certain councilmen in D.C. by the name of Tommy Wells wants to live on minimum wage for a week to prove a point.
That he can mock it.
How dare you? And it's a mockery of the realities that millions of people in this country have to live through.
I would like to call attention to your plight, so I will live on your wage for a week. And then we will all eat cake and be merry.
One week. I mean, what does that mean?
For 15 minutes, I will live on your wage.
How very white Jesus.
Servant, bring me some gum.
Jeeves.
Instead of eating
I'll pay you
lobster
next
off
week.
instead of eating lobster off of dead strippers' backs, he's going to be eating tuna for a week.
Or McDonald's on Pennsylvania.
That or McRibs.
Yeah.
Brian Hagen's favorite food.
I kind of want to McRib right now.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
Who doesn't?
No
All
offense
penthouses,
to you.
just handies behind
That's
the
that's Brian Hagen's. That's Brian Hagen's fifth food group, McRibs.
Andy's behind the dumpster.
It's at the bottom of his food pyramid.
Exactly.
Yes,
The
it
one-
is the foundation
Exactly.
of my pyramid. All
McRibs.
things good come from McRib.
That doesn't
But
even
no,
have
you-
real meat.
Good poo-poos, too.
But
Oh,
you're
here we
right.
go
I mean,
again.
I think this is just very disingenuous of this individual to be sitting here and acting as though he is going to, become like the regular folks. He's not even going to experience a glimpse of what their reality is by doing this for a week.
But in
Not at all.
D.C., $200,000 a year is considered middle class. So.
Well, he's going to have fun living on minimum wage then.
Yeah.
Yeah, at $8.25 an hour.
Which is $1 higher than Maryland and Virginia.
It gives me perspective because I used to work on, not even that long ago, I used to work in minimum wage job. And, it was barely survivable. It was like $7.75 an hour. I shared an apartment I had a roommate, and I could barely pay my bills. And that was like basically eating nothing but like tuna fish off of strippers' backs. That's all I did.
Dead strippers.
Dead strippers pants. I couldn't afford a live one.
No.
I just went to the strip club and asked for the dead ones. Apparently, that's a real thing. That's like going to a restaurant and getting bio oil. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
But, I mean, for real though, it is a challenge to live
It's like
on.
dumpster diving.
I still live in the projects, for what it's worth.
You do not. Come on, it's Ohio.
No, I live in the projects.
OH!
No, he
Come
does.
to DC, I'll take you to some projects. Okay?
I've been to those in D.C. too.
Yeah, they're pretty rough.
Luckily, I was with Dave.
In a car.
Our wonderful sponsor.
At evapor-8.com,
Provided this
who is
wonderful for me tonight.
a ginormous man and saved them from all getting killed.
Everybody was terrified, as I would be too, had I not known him. But, do you mean you reduce your hunting hounds from 8 to 2 for the week?
Wow.
I mean, is this going to convince anyone to raise minimum wage?
No. I don't think you should raise minimum wage.
Maybe we'll convince more people to go on minimum
I
wage.
think maybe we should clarify here too, like at least from my perspective, like I think this guy's being ridiculous, but I don't think that the answer is legislatively raising minimum wage.
Absolutely. Bravo. Bravo to sir.
We could submit something to his office and have a talk with him. I'm sure he would like to answer some questions, maybe.
Yeah, maybe get him on the show next week.
Ooh, great idea.
He might answer a statement.
I'm curious what the minimum wage is in Chicago, because
It's also $8.25 here.
Oh, $8.25, okay.
And has that helped raise the
morale?
Yeah, it's
No.
something.
No, not at all.
You know, the first legit job I worked, like on the books, was $4.25.
Bravo, dude.
Wow.
Got me beat. My first was $5.15.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, that was my first job.
You're
was like
welcome.
$5.15.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it was because I had no skills. I was a kid, and I came into it, and that's what I could get, and it taught me a lot of things, and, I moved on. But we can talk about this after the break.
Yeah, and that's the thing about minimum wage jobs, that they're to help you get a leg up in the world. When we come back, we're going to continue talking about this. Keep it tuned right here on the Corey Moore Show. CoreyMooreShow.com/live.
You're so white, Shane.
Free Talk Live.
It's if I'm watching not a cable.
Whitey McWhiterson.
I will be right back, folks.
Cracker McWhiterson.
Be right back.
You ever going to take callers on this show?
No.
I wish.
Oh, they will
Corey?
troll us.
Yeah.
I'm going to, I'm going down to Delaware and going to work on some projects with Angel. That's one of the projects I want to work on.
I can't come up to
is a phone
Delaware
bridge.
anymore.
Why?
Because I have a job now.
Lame
Hopefully.
ass lame.
Yeah. I'll be working weekends. So.
Bourgeoisie.
I'll be there during the week, dude.
Well, it depends on what days I get off, but I'm training right now. She's got me scheduled every day next week. Except for Friday.
I actually think I have the software already still installed. I still think I'm paying for the server from Ron Paul Radio all that time ago.
Oh, wow.
So it might be really easy to get it up and running again.
It would be good just to have some guests on that don't have other means.
I wouldn't mind taking callers.
I wouldn't either, but you know how that goes.
What was
You
that
get out of
about,
hand.
Shane?
It could be. And then you just shut the phone bridge down for the night.
Listen, guys.
Well, where are you going?
Shut it down.
The only problem is Google Plus does on the Hangouts on Air does not allow you to do a phone out. I wish
Somebody
they
sneezed
did.
in Zimbabwe.
It'd make it a lot easier.
You walked around to the bathroom?
How are you doing the multiple camera views in your bunker there?
I've got a piece of software called Wirecast, and then Wirecast also has a piece of software that lets you use a keypad. So, like, number one is me, number 2 is Nick, and number 3 is the studio cam. So I could just switch between all of them. Is that making you dizzy?
Crazy.
Very funny tonight, Nico. Very funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have just the right amount of alcohol in me.
Now keep it at that level.
Well, this is
Yeah,
my
I'm
last
just-
one, so it's
I'm just
sad,
letting
but-
you talk tonight, Nico. You're on fire, brother.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And silence.
So I went to work today. I don't know if you can see on cam, wearing my shirt unbuttoned this far.
Nice.
Which was fantastic. Yeah. I really like it.
You shave your chest?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
Are you shaving your chest?
I have no chest hair whatsoever.
Really?
None. No, chest hair is not my
for a guy
thing.
with a beard.
Yeah, no, chest hair just doesn't have it. I mean, I got a little bit, but I kept like standing in very I kept standing in very awkward poses today, like against the door when I talked to people. I felt really slimy. It was nice. It made me feel good. It's like, hello, ladies.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I could probably pull that off. I don't have a lot.
Corey, grow a beard.
I have a whole nother sweater under this.
Oh, it's so gross. I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah, you gotta go legit and grow a Liberty beard.
Yeah.
I can't grow a beard. This is a week. I'm doing the sideburn thing. This is a week without shaving.
Cut off some pubes. Glue them to your face.
2 days without shaving.
Yeah, that's.
You're
Look at
probably not
that,
as hairy as
barely.
Nico.
I don't know.
The fact
not gonna
is,
have a-
Brian
I'm not gonna have a
Hagen
contest here.
and his McRib diet makes him the hairiest man on the planet.
He's
so.
not.
I mean, really, by
No,
default.
he's
No, but by
smooth.
default, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
It's just, it goes, goes without saying. Or showing, by the way.
What about ass hair? Do you have ass hair?
Yeah, I've got ass hair. Yeah, I've got ass hair.
Yeah, men are not men to me unless they have hair on their ass.
Braid
Well,
it,
then I'm not a man.
Braid it and, put it in pigtails.
I'm just not a hairy dude at all.
Yeah, I'm really not either, Corey. I can grow the beard, but that's about it.
Les Bros!
I mean...
An audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
You were born this way, baby.
While my domestic partner, Mr. Christopher Collier, is a clean and sober, hard-working citizen of this country, I think he deserves the same rights as a woman who would abandon her children.
You need to learn respect for your
You
own.
need to learn to not be a total.
Thank you, sir, and I will consider your situation. Don't you turn your back on me.
Don't you worry.
I'm a citizen of this country. I live in this city. My partner works for this city. But because we're not married, which the law doesn't even allow, I might add, I'm not allowed to share in his insurance benefits. Which means for me, it's stand in line at the free clinic or suck. That's not only unfair and unchristian, it's flat out un-American. I'm a citizen. Where are my equal rights? Fix that. Mr. I want to be mayor.
This is the Corey Moore Show.
And welcome back to the Corey Moore Show. You can listen, chat, and watch with us live over at CoreyMooreShow.com. We're in the final half hour of the show tonight. So I'd like to thank all of you out there for listening, and especially our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful chat room. You guys sure make my night enjoyable. Joining me tonight in the Liberty Bunker, we have Nico Von Akron.
You're all beautiful and flowery.
With his wonderful beard, and apparently he has a sweater under that sweater he's wearing tonight.
Woo!
Maybe we get drunk enough, we'll take it off. Because Nikki
Not
apparently
gonna
wants to see
happen.
that.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
I've had this is my last beer, so it's not going to get any drunker than this.
We just need to break out the Jameson.
If I had it, I would. But I do work tomorrow, so.
Also joining me tonight, we have Nikki Darling and Al Nialda in the DC studios.
All hail the Corey Moore Show.
You, sir, now have permission to be on the show all the time. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, you ass kisser.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you, Brown
I'm getting rid of
Noser.
Nikki and keeping
That's
you.
fine. That's fine. I have to be making sandwiches anyway, so.
Yeah. Where is my sandwich, by the way? Ask
And
me,
warming
like,
up
2 hours ago.
burritos.
It's
Nikki,
in the
I'm
mail.
glad you know your role.
We also have Brian Hagen of the Vita Funtime Radio Show.
Glad to be here as always, Corey Moore, rocking through another Friday night.
You know what? New fajita tonight. I'm very excited about this. I'm going to listen to
Thank
it
you.
tomorrow when I have to go to work.
Excellent.
On Saturday.
I will pump you up, my friend.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Also joining us is the artist formerly known as Rob Voluntaryist Rebel.
Just trying to bring the rebellion to the Corey Moore Show.
From the south side of Chicago. He's an OG
Represent.
up in this. He's
OG voluntarist.
If there's one thing good thing to come out of Chicago, I guess it's you. You know,
And good
good old Good old Barry Obama was a bit of a disappointment, I'd say.
He was just a carpenter.
You have no idea what it's like around here with Obama supporters.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
And of course, we have the concubine of the chat room, Mandy Parsons,
Hey,
who is
folks.
taking it all in literally tonight.
Oh, jeez.
Mandy, what's going on in the chat room?
They actually just complimented your dressing skills. Thank you, Corey, for being such a snappy dresser.
That thrift store coat he wears.
And they said, except it's kind of a halfway compliment because the next statement they said is that they're not sure they're digging your Rick Astley hairdo.
Rick Astley.
No, it is though. That's what basically what it is.
Is that your inspiration?
Well, kind of, yeah.
He's
Never gonna give you up, buddy.
everybody.
I was just gonna say that.
I wouldn't go quite Rick Astley, but
never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never
I'm
gonna
sorry,
run
I'm
around and
fashionable.
desert
The 50s
you.
are back in. This is a fashionable
It is
haircut.
handsome. It
Yeah.
is.
Dude, I like it.
I'm not
I
being
think you
aggressive
rock
about
it.
I'm just saying. It's,
No homo.
It's fashionable. I tell you, when I got this haircut the other day, the lady that cut my hair, she was like really into it. I was kind of a little worried she was gonna like
how into it?
take me back into the back room.
Yeah, that into
That
it.
would have been awesome.
Ooh,
Was she
sexy.
Was she pretty hot for a 60-year-old?
I'll tell you this:
At
she
best
had
cut.
She's
yeah,
62.
Well, she had the entire time her boobs were so big that they were brushing up against me as she was going around and cutting my hair.
Orthodontist memories. When I was 12.
Look at Brian. He's so excited.
Hey, you know what? I like chubby girls.
Where did you get your hair cut at?
It was
Great-
like a
great
best cuts or
clips.
something. Like Great
I
Clips
know.
or best cuts.
A
Great
cartoon
clips.
cuts?
Fantastic Sam.
Cartoon cuts. That's my place. I go.
So I believe her name was Brittany. Brittany, if you're out there listening, because I mentioned the show, thank you very much. You're very beautiful. And Tiffany, that's what it was.
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
And I didn't
Tiffany.
say she was chubby. I said you got it chubby.
Wow.
You just. Yeah, she does a much
Well,
better
thank
job.
God for the veil.
I just go to the
little
butcher
thing.
shop.
Yeah.
I get meat. I get my hair cut. It all works out.
Like Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
If we're gonna, if there's any fictional character that epitomizes what Nick is like, it's Ron Swanson. I'm not kidding. What were you doing before the show?
I was cutting wood.
He was cutting wood at night. Ron Swanson.
Total Ron Swanson.
Well, were you drinking whiskey, smoking a cigar, and/or enslaving children in your textile factory?
Just drinking beer, and I had a wood fire going. And yeah, I was chopping some wood to feed the wood burner.
And making wood chips out of toothpicks.
There were some toothpicks involved.
We don't want to hear about what you shoved down your urethra at night.
Urethra Franklin.
Oh. So.
Wow.
I hope you don't get splinters. That's all I'm saying. So, of course, we're talking about Tommy Wells wanting minimum wage
Yeah, we
for
were
a week.
talking about that.
We were.
Yeah.
And it kind of leads into this next article, which I thought was kind of interesting. Why the 9-to-5 day is so tough on creative workers. And I'm a creative worker, right? I do web design, web development, social media, copywriting, things like that. So for me,
Copywriting?
It means writing copy.
Statist.
Editing. You're an editor, okay.
Editor, things like that. So that's and I've always struggled with this 9 to 5 because in my personal clock, I am the most creative from the hours of 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
That's when I do my best work.
That's when I do my best work. That's when my mind is the most focused. And if I could choose my own hours, that would be what it would be. I would get up at 10 o'clock, have some coffee, get my creative juices flowing through some possible illegal substances, and start working. And, this whole idea of doing a 9 to 5 is really a challenge. I mean, Brian, you work in radio. I mean, and you probably keep that same schedule. Is it a challenge for you to do a 9 to 5 job?
To a certain degree, yes. But also, the fact that I'm in radio, I know that even if my schedule says 9 to 5, I know it's not going to be. I know that there's going to be fluctuations in that. I know that there's going to be breaking news that I'm going to have to cover at some other time. I know that I'm going to have to adjust things to, meet the schedule of the newsmakers. So, no, I don't really get bogged down in it as much as someone who has more of just a regular desk job. I also have those little bones thrown to me, so to speak, that kind of break me out of the glut and the monotony of a regular workday, if that makes any sense.
You did have a breaking news story last week, which made you late to the show. Do you remember what that was?
I do, as a matter of fact. I was just reflecting on that today, thinking, my goodness, how quick a week goes by since that breaking news story. Right here in the great city of Atchison, Kansas, in the great county of Atchison, Kansas, we had a hunter who thought he was shooting a buck on the first day of deer season, but instead, lo and behold, he shot an elk. And dear friends, there are no elk in Atchison County. So this grew into a great mystery.
Oh,
and would charges be filed against him? No,
Wow.
they donated the elk to the homeless. So they get to eat elk
be the
meat.
Elks Club.
Yeah, me too.
Well, what was funny was one of my reporters and I had made a joke early in the day about the Elks having a shooting basketball contest and about how you would shoot an elk, and then this happened like hours later. It was kind of creepy. But yeah,
Wow.
So that was our breaking news. And Corey Moore, things changed a couple days later. It was Tuesday that the county attorney decided to make sure that no charges were filed in this case, and the elk hunter goes free.
Drop the charges.
Oh my
the
gosh.
day of the life of
The
Brian.
benevolent overlords.
Yes.
That was a nail biter. Thank you.
Oh, it's a huge
Brian Hagan,
story
I want your
around here.
job as news director in the middle of BFE. I think that it would be. I think that would be so exciting.
It really is, man.
Absolutely.
That was the top news story of the year, from what I understand. You're going to win some sort of local radio award for that, I'm sure.
I think I am thousands of hits, baby. Thousands.
A Raspberry Award.
Keep it tuned right here on the Corey Moore Show. When we come back, we're going to talk about creative work and why the 9 to 5 doesn't work. Keep it tuned.
Shiny badges on your jacket. Shiny badges. Start a conversation with your neighbor or.
I actually like this jingle.
It's catchy.
You know, I'm wondering how many.
I loved weeds, so.
Hannah Hoffman never runs out of work because there's always a jingle for her to
My
sing.
human heart. If only he knew I was inhuman.
I'm so tired.
Same here. I've been up since 6 this morning.
Oh, guess who's also going to be speaking at that tea party tomorrow, Mandy?
Who?
Kathy Reisenwitz, the one
So
who
is
says
Bob
that
Barr.
slut shaming is aggression.
So is Bob
have fun.
Barr.
What?
She just posted that tomorrow I'm telling the Georgia Tea Party to check their privilege. I freaking love my life. Let's have fun with
Well, I'm not going to be there that late. The people I want to see speak are in the first hour. Amina Dedick is a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. So I'm going to see her speak, and then tomorrow night I'm going ghost hunting.
I actually like Kathy Reisenwitz, but she is a little bit off base on some of the stuff she publishes.
I'll tell you a few things. Debbie Dooley, co-founder of the Green Tea Coalition, she's a crackpot. Like, she would, every time she heard somebody was a Ron Paul supporter last year, she would literally have a seizure right in front of you. She's a she's a wingnut, totally. I've heard Kay Carl Smith speak more times than I can count. And then at 8 o'clock, you've got Derek Grayson. He's running for Senate down here. Bob Barr is speaking at some
I
time.
can't stand him.
Bob Barr?
Little man.
Bob Barr.
No, Derek Grayson. I got into it to him on Facebook once.
I'll never forget that.
I know him in person, but I don't support him. I am working for Paul Brown's campaign, and Paul Brown is his competitor. Bob Barr is going to be there, which he used to be my congressman, but who cares?
Bob Barr.
I voted for the Green Party that year.
But I know a few people on the list. But like I said, I'm only going to see Amina speak. At 12:30, there's a break, and then I'm going to hang out with Will. And Will was supposed to speak, but there was some confrontation with the fact that he's Muslim. So.
Yeah, like all
Yeah, I saw him post that on Facebook.
Yeah. That's pretty
He had
Okay, those hats.
Are some of the speakers going to mention that he wasn't allowed to speak or something along those lines?
Amina is actually, she's a Bosnian Muslim, so she was when I told her about it, she's like, you don't play with Amina. You tell her something, and if she feels it's an injustice, she'll run her mouth, she'll run it into the ground, and her backbone goes up. So when I told her what happened, she's like, oh, so let me get this right. Because I don't look like a Muslim, they're allowing me to speak. She goes, I'll tell them I'm Muslim, and then I'll read his speech on stage. Where's his speech? I'm going to talk to him. And I was like, do it.
Nice. Get that on YouTube.
You don't mess with this girl. I think that she and Will talked about what really happened, so I don't think she's going to read his speech. But she laid into the guy who's in charge of this conference when she found out that Will wasn't speaking. She's like, what's the deal? Are you doing this just because he's Muslim? Because let me tell you, I'm Muslim too, and I'll stand on stage and I will tell everybody that I'm a proud Muslim.
I don't think it was the organizer. It was the people that are paying the money that demand.
No, it's not the organizer. It's not the organizer. It wasn't. But she didn't. I tried to explain to her what was going on, but Will had not talked to her at that point.
It's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip-in on the right side of the page at lrn.fm.
Is the Corey Moore Show.
And welcome back to the Corey Moore Show. We are launching into the final segment of this wonderful episode. Wow, where has the time gone already? Mandy, of course, is the concubine of the chat room tonight. Mandy, any final thoughts from our chatters, our lovely, lovely chatters, our biggest fans of the Corey Moore Show? Over at CoreyMooreShow.com/live.
Just more talk about your Rick Astley hairdo.
I'm never going to give you up.
Never going to let you down.
Unless you have a child, and then I'm not going to pay the child support.
And then somebody said they sent me a private message, but I won't disclose what was said in that message because it's inappropriate.
Send it to me.
They want to pour some sugar on you.
Then you should read it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just say it's a link to a website. That's all I'm saying.
And then they want you to call them later.
Let's just say it's got a lot of studs and leather.
Is it Rick Astley fanfic?
No.
I want to read that.
Rick Astley.
It's the Corey Moore fan club.
Astley. The T doesn't come through so well. Yeah. Rick Astley. Fanfic.
Oh, but see, the thing is that the person who posted that dared me, said I wouldn't say anything about it. Well, I successfully said something about it.
It's probably Carson then.
Come on.
It was not
this
Carson.
Is
it was
the
not.
Corey Moore Show. There is no line we will not cross.
Exactly.
We were just talking about skewering African children.
Hey, no, and it's true.
I wasn't either.
We don't back. I didn't talk about it, but we don't back off.
I did.
From. Yeah, you
did.
I
did.
You did.
I'm the one,
Mr. McRib.
You're Brian Hagan, of course.
I'm the one who slathered those African kids with McRib sauce. So I have no shame.
Why are you taking away Carson's lubricant? How dare you?
That is
he needs that. He needs that release.
It is conversation.
How dare you?
Corey, it's conversations like this that leave us wondering if we're going to have a show next week.
Troll a line across it, apparently.
We'll jump over.
We haven't been canceled yet.
No, we're still
we have another
here.
story that we're going to talk about.
Well, we were gonna continue with this.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue with this 9 to 5. You know, I don't know about you guys. Anyone else? What's your thoughts on the 9 to 5? I mean, because that was the original American dream, right? Everyone wants this 9 to 5 job with a white picket fence, 2.5 children, and a beautiful wife. And
I did it for years, and it was more like 7 to 7.
That's what I do right now, which is wonderful.
Do you really like the structure?
Mine's like 8 to 8.
No, I like my job, but the commute is what kills
mine's
me.
like 5 to 5.
And then I have to drive like 45 miles each way a day and just be stuck in traffic. I mean, that really does suck.
It's better than living in Cleveland.
I don't know. I'd totally live there, dude. But, you know.
No, don't move away.
I thought
because
Cleveland
then I won't have a
rocks.
studio to do the show in. I'm
No,
not
I
driving.
just signed the papers on this house, man. this is my place. So.
Woohoo! High five. Air five.
That was a fist five.
Something like that. Yeah. But go ahead.
So here's a question. How much of this work can be done remotely? I mean, there is this thing called the internet. Why do you have
internet?
Why do you have to be physically in a place to do this work?
How could we go there and like do fist bumps and like pep talk each other? Like, if
That's
we're not
true.
in person, you know. So yeah, it is completely possible. They've actually piloted it at my job, but it's not happening anytime soon.
I've done the independent contracting thing where I'm working by myself or in a virtual team over the internet. I would much rather work in an office, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, because if you're working from home, you kind of start getting isolated. And being able to leave your house and go somewhere to work, I don't know, it adds something. There's that dynamic. I mean, unless you're like a total introvert, I don't see the benefits of that.
I'm an introvert, so yeah, I love it.
And
I don't know.
You're only 15 seconds away when you work at home at any given moment from pumping your tires up. So, you know.
True that. I do have to say I enjoy interacting with people. I enjoy going in and seeing my coworkers. I guess I'm very fortunate. I work in an environment where I really do like all of my coworkers. I have my frustrations, like all of us do, on a daily basis. But no, I wouldn't want, although the idea of working at home always sounds really good, I'd rather go in and do that daily grind just to be around the people that I'm with.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Office dynamic.
Yes, definitely.
I like it. I like it myself, too. I completely agree.
It gets kind of wacky in the office, and I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Shane worked in an office. Do you want to tell them about your bathroom experiences?
Oh, wow. This sounds interesting already.
Okay, I'm kind of curious. We already know Nikki is obsessed with poo.
No.
So,
can I buy a bowel for 100, please?
Alan the Alda, please tell us about your bathroom work experience.
It'll be a movie.
So you go into the restroom, you're minding your own business, and somebody rushes in there, and you hear the hurricane of his week just coming out of him.
Or his weekend.
Or his weekend.
But
yes.
the point is that Shane will only use the restroom if he's by himself.
Who is Shane? I don't know who you're...
Alan the Alda.
Yes.
Shane is one of her dogs.
Well,
It's
same
shame
difference.
with an M. Shame.
Shame will only use the restroom.
Oh my whoops. Oh wow.
I'm sorry. The point
No,
is,
I agree, though. I mean, I don't like using the restroom at work either.
Me either.
It's horrible. When there are other people in there. Because there will always be that guy who comes in and, like, I don't know what his deal is, but he comes in and he uses the, like, even just the urinal next to me, and he's like,
That happened to me last week at work.
I'm like, come on, save this for your woodworking shop. Jeez.
Totally happened to me at work last week.
It did?
So
what
uncomfortable.
they're doing, like, is there a button there that I don't get it, man.
It's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable.
You're right next to somebody having some sort of like poop orgasm. It's just like gross.
At least in a public area, you can just walk away from that person. But when you're working with them, you're going to see them right afterwards.
No, that's why. No, that's here's the
shoes.
okay, and this is the second. This is the second part to working, and having to share a bathroom with coworkers is that you never both leave at the same time. You wait until the other guy gets up, or you get up, you wash your hands, you leave but you never both get up at the same time, so you could look at each other in the eye and
I know your shame.
Your poop brown eyes and your poop stained hands and you're smelling each other. It's just disgusting. So that's the other rule. Like if you have to poop with somebody else in the room, you never both leave at the same time.
Because they know your shame.
And you always wash your hands, or that's embarrassing.
I mean, you know who it is.
Boy, is it
really,
ever.
you know who it is, but you just don't ever want to like confront that.
He's a dirty non-hand washer. I've seen him. He does not wash his hands.
I seen him.
Defecated.
I seen him.
That is still better than my experience to go to use the toilet at work and finding a substance that is should not be on the toilets at work. And considering that I work with maybe 7 other men in my office, yeah, that narrows it down.
Meeting my office now.
Toilet babies.
Yeah. It's very disturbing. But I guess it's what
why I
happens
keep
when
it
you
in my
work
office.
Exactly, in a sock in your drawer.
In the sock drawer. I don't know, man. It's just a weird thing. You know, that is weird working with it. Because, like, you know, my previous employment, I worked with one other person who was really never there, so it was great. I, like, had my whole office to myself and my private bathroom.
Yeah, he played golf all the time.
Yeah.
Best boss ever.
It was awesome. But now I work with a lot of people again, and you know, it's these things that I forgot about. Like, do you hold the elevator or don't you? You know, and also not, you know, looking at people after you poop and, you know, things like that. You know, it's just,
there are lots of rules.
There are, and they're unspoken rules, but everybody understands them, except for that one guy who doesn't understand them.
The one guy.
And he hears you get up, and he hears the toilet flush. He's like, "Oh, I better get out too. I want to say hi to whoever was pooping next to me." And, like, and he comes out, he's like,
conversation in the bathroom.
"Yeah, you dropped a big one in there," and you know, it's very awkward.
It feels better, doesn't it?
Well, it's better than him talking to you while you're doing it.
Heard.
True.
How do you... honestly, my dad told me one time at church, some dude asked him how he wiped in the bathroom.
Wow.
Okay, here's a new rule. For people out there that don't know, 2 rules. If you're in the urinals, don't step next to someone in the urinal. It's just rude. Use the stall. And number 2, don't talk to anyone in the bathroom. It's awkward.
Yeah.
Stop
Eyes
talking.
on the road,
Keep
buddy.
your eyes on yourself and stop talking to me in the bathroom. It's just... How do people not understand this? All right, we're at the end of the show. Go and subscribe. CoreyMooreShow.com/subscribe. YouTube.com/The Corey Moore Show. We'll be back here next week. Same time as always.
Hell yeah.
Peace. Actually,
excuse me, is this where I get a license to start a new business?
I wouldn't be.
Actually, might not be here next week. I just remembered.
Hiccups.
I'm getting my teeth extracted
Oh,
on Thursday.
Now, teach Nico so we can take over your show.
I wonder if
Uh-oh.
you know what I might do is I might come over and not talk. I might just run the board.
You could be the engineer.
I'll be the engineer.
It could
I
be-
do.
Please
that
do.
anyway.
This will be so much fun.
Nikki's
And then
poop
I'll try
hour.
to talk.
Yeah.
Nikki's what?
Poop hour.
Gross.
We should get some special guests for that. I thought I saw something on Facebook about you doing a show with Chris Bennett.
Yeah, we should get him.
Oh, me?
If you can't
Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chris wants to. Chris
should get-
wants to come on Fajita and debate Taylor Swift.
Oh
my
We should
God.
get, we should just get Jake
Oh.
to come down here that night if you don't want to be on it. He'd be
Who?
great to fill in.
Jake.
Yeah, he's
Remember when we had him on?
Jennings. Yeah. We get Bruce too for the hell of it.
Oh God, Bruce. Yeah, bring him back.
Eligible bachelor number 1.
Oh, that was before I met Shame
He,
here.
he was obsessed with that. We had the ethnic dinner, and he was asking about you, Nikki. He's like, "Is she still single?" I'm like, "No."
He's got a Winnebago. Okay.
Oh, I like Winnebago.
Hey guys,
I
pop
really
this.
do.
Can you guys pop this over in the chat room?